It's not Emily Blunt's fault that she's not Julie Andrews. It's fine. I'm fine. Hello everyone, Scrivener here. A lot of stuff happened yesterday as far as films and TV stuff, and oh my god, a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender. I can't handle 2 bad Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptations in my lifetime, okay? Please don't be bad. We also got trailers for 2 movies that Paige and I are pretty excited about. First up, Captain Marvel, which is set to be released in March 2019. All the top comments that I saw in the Captain Marvel trailer were just like, it looks like every other superhero movie, I'm so bored, blah. I wanna hope you're not that much of a stereotype that you only feel this way because it's a lady that is never anywhere close to being naked. But also, I'm being 100% genuine when I say this. A lot of superhero trailers can feel pretty generic. And you might not have noticed that they are until they changed up the formula in a way that made you a bit more aware of what you were watching. But for all the people who thought it kind of fell flat, but who are surely aren't raging sexists, I feel ya. I know I am not starting out with glowing thoughts about this trailer. But you know, to be honest, it didn't quite get me as hyped as I was hoping it would. The trailer did a really good job of keeping us at arm's length while letting us know what the main internal conflict is going to be. Did she have a life on Earth? What was it like? Was she kidnapped? What happened to her since? Which I think is pretty interesting. I just generally wanted more. It is clearly holding back a lot, but what I was shown did intrigue me. I was really interested in this conflict of her being kidnapped from Earth and watching her discover her own origin story. We get to witness a lot of those in real time with Marvel movies, but I like the idea of getting a slightly untrustworthy, possibly unreliable hero who has to work to figure out what her origin story was after it's already happened. It's not really something I've seen from Marvel before, and I'm intrigued. I think another thing that kind of felt maybe a bit off was a distinct lack of jokes and flippancy. We're very used to having at least a chuckle in a Marvel trailer, even if we kind of, you know, roll our eyes, how formulaic it feels. But there were no jokes in this. It was very serious and straightforward. But I think it's really because it's building up to a different kind of character and hero than we usually get, like I was saying. Most Marvel heroes are good people, deep down and up top. And when they're not, they have an undeniable charm regardless that makes us like them. Like Tony Stark is a jerk, but he is clever and witty and snarky, and we enjoy watching him. Obviously, we know that Carol Danvers is going to be a good person because she's a Marvel hero, but she fell out of the sky and crashed into a Blockbusters and punched an old lady on public transit. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I don't think we're exactly supposed to trust her right off the bat, and I think that really works, and that it's interesting. I also liked her energy powers. Marvel is a lot of super athletically inclined people with cool suits running around and throwing punches, so I'm excited to see something a little different. Coulson is back in the MCU. I'm so happy. I have missed him, okay? He did not deserve what happened to him. Also, it's a long shot and I doubt that it'll actually happen, but it would be really cool if Agent May shows up because the timeline checks out. I also enjoyed young Nick Fury. He's got that Obama pre-presidency youthfulness to him. Just shows you how much being director of S.H.I.E.L.D. has stressed him out. I mean, frankly, I'm also just excited to see a movie that focuses a little bit more on Nick Fury, like, as a person, instead of the entity of S.H.I.E.L.D. I basically wanted a little bit more of everything. I wanted more of Mariah Rambeau, the suit, the planets, the interactions, the conflict. I'm looking forward to this movie regardless, but I'm also looking forward to getting a little bit more meat on these bones in a future trailer. Get on that. And on to Mary Poppins Returns. I love Mary Poppins, and I've been cautiously excited about each bit that they've released about the sequel because the original is such a wonderful, simple movie, and how can you make a sequel for that? And yes, I know there are books, but like, this trailer was a hell of a lot of fun. Mary Poppins Returns seems to be telling the story that Christopher Robin was trying to tell, rather unsuccessfully in my opinion. But I think Mary Poppins Returns actually has a fighting chance of doing it well. Just by virtue of the characters, it's already set up to tell that story so much better than an edgy Winnie the Pooh sequel. And you know what else this movie has that was missing from Christopher Robin? Color! This is such a vibrant trailer. The 2D animation. I love the updates to the animals. I like how their new clothes kind of look painted and drawn on them. I wonder if we're going to be getting a Paperman and Feast animation textures in those sequences. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited to see Disney impress me with their visual artistry. What is this? Benoit Shaw is attempting immortality by partaking in all of Britain's most beloved book-to-film legacies, I guess? I think the only thing he's missed out on is Harry Potter. Oh, that's right. I just remembered we're getting 4 more Fantastic Beasts movies. What were we talking about? Dick Van Dyke is going to be in here reprising a role of sorts. So in the original movie, he donned a ton of makeup and a wig to play Mr. Dawes Sr., the bank manager. And in this movie, he'll be playing that guy's son, probably with a bit less makeup this time around, and I couldn't be more delighted. Dick Van Dyke is obviously older and all, but he's great at physical comedy, and that bit he has as Dawes is just so funny. If you haven't watched that scene recently, just go do that. It's so good. He's so talented, and I can't wait to see him do that routine again. Jane wearing trousers, love it. Also, Emily Mortimer is adorable. She's the cute flower merchant in Hugo, which is where I recognized her from, but she's also in Cars 2 as the British car, and she's also one of the dates in Notting Hill. We don't really get much of Emily Blunt's voice in this trailer, and of course, she doesn't sound like Julie Andrews. I'm trying not to hold it against her. It's something that I just personally need to get over. I think Emily Blunt is a great fit for the role. I'm hoping that while it kind of sounds just off to me right now in this trailer and, you know, the 3 or 4 sentences she has, that the voice will come together much better in the context of the full movie. Lin-Manuel Miranda's accent isn't fantastic. You know, I think they might be kind of trolling us because of Dick Van Dyke's iconically bad Cockney accent. Lynn is glowing in this trailer. That man's happiness is so contagious, and I love it. That underwater scene is giving me bed knobs and broomstick feels, and then who do they throw at me? Angela motherfucking Lansbury. I can't. I just can't. It's not okay for you to do me this way, Disney. You can't make me see Christopher Robin and then give me this. It's bright, it's fun, it's definitely not afraid of color. Those saturated costumes are spectacular. This trailer also has quite a queer sensibility to it. Just saying. There's Benoit Shaw, Jane's pants. And I mean, all of us gays already know that Mary is probably an ace power lesbian, fancying the occasional soft boy. But this camp, though, it is being laid on quite thick, and I'm loving every second of it. This is the movie us Disney queers deserve in 2018. It looks youthful, magical, and actually imaginative, and I absolutely cannot wait. Thank you all for watching. Please definitely let me know what you think in the comments about these trailers. What do you think about Emily Blunt? What do you think about Brie Larson? Hope you'll give this video a thumbs up, click that bell to be notified of future videos, and subscribe to The Princess and the Scrivener for more videos on Disney, intersectional feminism, pop culture critiques, and more. The Princess will see you real soon.